Addictions: pride, lust, greed. Since the dawn of humanity, vices have held dominion over us. Every single one of us has fallen into their grip, and countless thinkers throughout history have wrestled with why. Vices awaken our most irrational side. They seduce us, cloud our judgment, and drag our appetites toward the lowest passions we possess. They even subdue reason itself, making reason try to convince us that vice is good, or at least not as bad as it truly is. Stoicism stands as one of the most uncompromising doctrines against vice. The Stoics believed that vices nullify human reason and freedom. In their eyes, a person ruled by vice is like an animal, enslaved to instinct and desire, stripped of what makes us truly human. Stoic philosophy is, at its core, the tireless cultivation of virtue, and virtue is that rational habit which distances us from vice and leads us to a full life. As you have surely experienced yourself, vice seems to satisfy us completely, but that satisfaction is fleeting. When it fades, it leaves only suffering, anguish, and misery. It appears to fill us, but all it does is hollow us out, leaving a wound in the soul that only virtue can heal. Marcus Aurelius taught that vice is its own punishment. It carries within itself the seeds of its own destruction. And Seneca added that vice is the most powerful enemy a person can face, but virtue is the greatest defense against it. In this video, I will help you become master of yourself, to control your vices and cultivate a more virtuous, more fulfilling life. We will start by exploring what vice truly means to a Stoic. Then I will give you 10 practical tips to overcome it.
But before we dive in, if this kind of wisdom speaks to you, like this video, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a lesson.
For Stoicism, vice is a morally harmful behavior, an affliction of the soul that inclines toward irrational appetite. It distorts judgment, causes suffering, and tears apart every trace of inner peace and serenity. The vices we know well: vanity, anger, fear, lust, greed, gluttony, addiction, and many more. All of them deviations of the soul. Marcus Aurelius named the root clearly. The first and greatest vice is ignorance. The second is the lack of self-control. Vice begins as an error in judgment, a misuse of wisdom. When we are prey to vice, our understanding either mistakes evil for good, or, knowing it is evil, convinces itself otherwise. In both cases, reason is clouded and silenced. Free rein is given to pleasure and desire, and momentary enjoyment takes precedence over true happiness. We become prisoners of our natural impulses that are irrational and selfish, making us more like animals than human beings. Those who succumb to vice renounce reason, the very thing that makes us human, and become slaves to passion, a condition we share with animals, not with the wise. Those who indulge in vice demonstrate a lack of self-love, choosing to betray the most noble aspect of themselves, the human capacity for thought. Beyond making us more like animals, vice makes us dependent and easily manipulated. It enslaves us to our passions and strips away our freedom to choose. Prisoners of vice, we are vulnerable. Others can exploit our weakness and bend us to their will. This is why Marcus Aurelius named lack of self-control as the second great error of vice. Reason errs and surrenders to pleasure, and in doing so, loses all mastery over the passions. For a Stoic, desire and virtue are fundamentally incompatible. That is why vices, which place desire above all else, distance us from serenity and from a truly happy life, the very goals every human being should pursue. Yet we must not think that falling into vice means falling into an incorrigible error. As Seneca reminds us, the best medicine for vice is virtue. Stoicism calls us to strive every single day, to be more rational, more serene, to gradually renounce vice and achieve self-mastery. It is difficult, yes, but it is what a life worthy of its highest end demands. And if true happiness were easy to achieve, it would not be so wonderful or so valuable. So what can you actually do in your daily life to overcome vices? Here are 10 Stoic tips to reclaim your freedom. Tip 1. Know yourself. To fight any enemy, you must first know it. Sit with yourself and reflect honestly on your weaknesses and vices. Deep down, we already know what they are. Our hearts, disturbed and restless, point us to the source of our turmoil: greed, lust, anger, selfishness. It is essential to name them clearly and to be absolutely certain about what you intend to fight. You cannot conquer what you refuse to see. Tip 2. Accept that this is a long and difficult road. Getting rid of vices is hard. They are deeply rooted in us. Relapses will happen, and that is completely natural. The crucial thing is never to give up. Keep fighting to leave them behind, and a day will come when you have truly overcome them. Tip 3. Determine your motivation. Think carefully about why you want to change. The main reason is happiness, but each person will have their own: better health, saving money, stronger relationships. Hold those reasons close, especially in the hardest moments. They are infinitely more valuable than any vice you have fallen into. Tip 4. Set realistic goals. Choose a goal that is challenging but achievable, not too easy, yet not impossible. It must require real effort, but you must also feel capable of reaching it. Tip 5. Start gradually. If the vice has a strong hold on you, begin small. You do not have to quit all at once. Set progressive goals daily, weekly, monthly. Be like ants, grain by grain, until you build a mountain. As Marcus Aurelius knew, virtue is not won overnight. It is the result of constant, patient work. Tip 6. Avoid risky situations. Once you know your vices, avoid the situations that trigger them. This may mean changing habits, reshaping your environment, removing temptations. Be brave enough to make those changes, and always remember that every sacrifice along this road is worth it. Tip 7. Distance yourself from those who pull you toward vice. Whoever leads you into vice does not truly love you. When you genuinely care for someone, you want only the best for them. Vice leads to unhappiness, so anyone who fosters it in you is not helping you reach your highest potential. Cut those ties with courage. Walk away from relationships that deep down you know are not good for either of you. In doing so, you do good for yourself and for them. Tip 8. Ask for help. No one can solve every problem alone. Reaching out to others is a strength, not a weakness. You will find support in people who have faced the very same struggles. Family, friends, philosophers, professionals. There are many people who can help you on this path. Learn from their experience. Tip 9. Internalize the difference between momentary pleasure and sustained satisfaction. As you reduce your falls into vice, you will begin to feel the enormous gap between the two: the fleeting thrill of vice and the deep, enduring joy of overcoming it through virtue. The latter brings infinitely more serenity and contentment than the former ever could. You will realize that despite the difficulty of resisting vice, the happiness that comes from overcoming it is authentic and lasting. Tip 10. Think about the harm you do to yourself and others. When we fall into vice, we tend to minimize the damage, to tell ourselves it is not so bad, that no one is truly hurt. But vice leaves a deep wound in the soul. It paves the way for misery and unhappiness, and it betrays a profound lack of love for ourselves. And it never stays contained. Vice inevitably spills into the lives of those around us. We share it with them, or we encourage it in them. Vice is a spiral, a black hole that drags everything down. Do not harm yourself and do not allow harm in others. Always seek good and virtue, because overcoming vices is not just an act of self-improvement. It is a service to the world. To close, here are 3 Stoic voices on the nature of vice, words to carry with you on the road ahead. True greatness lies not in avoiding vices, but in overcoming them. Seneca. Vices are chains that bind us and prevent us from achieving freedom and inner peace. Epictetus. Vices are weaknesses that we must overcome to achieve greatness and wisdom. Marcus Aurelius. The path of virtue is demanding, but every step away from vice is a step toward the life you deserve. You have the strength to walk it. If you want to go deeper into Stoic wisdom, explore the other videos on this channel. Each one is a new lesson in living well. And if this wisdom moved you, show it. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new lesson.